the big meaning of the story, the metaphor for this story?
I don't know that there's any specific metaphor for this story. There's a lot of themes that run throughout this film. I mean, the theme of technology and humanity sort of coming together, and what the what the dangers are of that. I think there's a story in this that is really just a search for self-identity and what it means to be human. And, to me, this is really a story about coming of age. Maybe that's because that was the experience that my character is having. But at its core, I think this is really a coming of age story.
And did you get used to be a hero?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that. I think I've played a lot of, I don't know, this character makes a very heroic choice, but I think I've played a lot of characters that were reluctant superheroes in a sense. It's not like they necessarily have any, they're not like so just and right per se, but they have I kind of think a certain sense of responsibility, and that I think it's a it's a strength. It's interesting to have that, to play somebody who doesn't necessarily feel heroic or righteously heroic, but they have this sense of, kind of grounding sense of responsibility.
But you still have to prepare yourself to be in action, a lot of action.
Yeah, of course, I mean, like anything, when you're doing something physical, you have to do preparation for it, and that's part of my job. So
But how did you prepare yourself for this one?
I did a lot of tactical training, so a lot of weapons handling and room clearing and learning how to move strategically in a group. My character is a tactical operative, so I thought it was important for her to be as kind of seamless in her movements and confident in her movements as possible.
And how was to be in that costume?
It was fine. Yes. Everybody is really curious about the costume. It was fine. It was fine. It's kind of like wearing a wetsuit, I guess. So it was okay.
And who would win a fight, the Black Widow or the Major?
Oh gosh. Well, I thought it would be the Major because of her titanium body, but then I remembered that the Widow has her widow's bite, and so I think she would probably cause some sort of short circuit, and maybe that could give her an opportunity to get away.
But is it possible to compare both?
I mean, they're in such different places in their lives. The Black Widow is really a woman, and she has had this really colorful past, and it's kind of informed the person that she is. And, of course, the Major doesn't have any remembrance of her past, and she's, really a very young girl. This is really, like I said, a coming-of-age story, and I think she's just not, she's in a whole other part of her life, a whole other phase of her life.
So nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations.